Okay, I'm at the Ross Errilly Friary, and this is the kitchen of it. This was built in the 1300s, and it is one of the best preserved friaries in Ireland. This is the kitchen area of it, if I didn't say that before. That is the main fireplace with the flagstones above it, and it's quite interesting. And then the bakery is behind it here. Oh, sorry, my zoom is on for reasons that I don't understand. But yeah, he said we'd have a few minutes to go exploring, so I'm going to explore. The doors here are very, very low. There are much lower ones throughout, but it's perfect for me because I'm about 4'10", and I can just get under these, and it's wonderful. But this was apparently the bakery behind the kitchen here. And this is just a massive structure. And it used to have a timber roof, and there were timber doors and everything. And this was, I believe, an inner courtyard, maybe? There were many dormitories and everything. But I'm kind of a history nerd, so I like this type of thing a lot. I find it incredibly fascinating. Oh yeah, there's a little door out to the friary. I'm assuming that that was when the friary was actually in use. It was a garden. This was just an antechamber. There were dorm rooms up there. But yeah, nice little windows and whatnot. And come out this way. There are more rooms over there, but I don't think I'm going to go exploring terribly far. This was the main, well, one of the main sleeping areas. And up there where the little windows are, this was like a guest quarter. The friary is still today an active cemetery. The last placement was done here in 2017, and this is one of the resting places, and along that wall there are people who are resting, or at least monuments to them, so that's rather interesting. Oh, there's a little candle area, but see, the doorways are just tiny, and I love it. It's so beautiful. Yeah, there's just incredible little hallways and cloisters and amazing things. Now this up here was how you got into the dormitory area, which obviously you can't get into now, but there's the staircase for it. Here's a tiny little door. I do not quite fit in here, but I only miss it by like an inch, if that. So that's pretty amazing. Then if you just come up here, there's a remembrance stone there, and then yeah, you just come over here, and there are some little rooms out that way. Yeah, sorry, I'm having to be a bit careful because it's a bit hard to navigate with the cane, but you know, we shall make do. Just a beautiful place. The cloisters here are gorgeous. And there's some stairs to get back out. Not too bad. And over here we have the big window. Like I said, a lot of these are memorial areas of the cemetery now. And you have to be a local to have been interred here. This was, I believe, the women's chapel through this little guy. I'm not going to try to climb in there because I think my bus is going to leave relatively soon. But yeah, this was the main place of worship, and there are many grave markers along the ground here. This one with the adornments was the most recent grave. This is from 2016. But yeah, this is Ross Errilly Friary, and it's gorgeous. And there is actually a huge tower going up and over there, and just amazing things. So it's really incredible. But I'm going to shut this off now and go on the rest of the tour and film more when I see more. The next stop on our tour was a little village called Cong, which, yeah, that's its name. But it's in County Mayo and is the setting for the movie The Quiet Man, which was John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara. And that's apparently a big tourist thing, which I don't really care about John Wayne, so it's not that important to me. But this is the border, this water here between County Mayo on the left and County Galway on the right. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, there's just a little end of it here, and I thought this was kind of cool, so I came down a little path, and yeah, it's really not much of a path at all, but there's just the water there, and you walk back up and you're directly on the street again. But I mean, the village is cute, but it's very small and there's not that much to see, so I'm not gonna film much of it. But I just wanted to show this little section because I thought it was kind of cool, and I'm glad I walked down here because this is really gorgeous. So yeah, behold a waterfall. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that's man-made, but it looks pretty cool anyway. I don't know, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. I can't see anything because the sun is just so bright, but yeah. Oh, there it is. It's pretty gorgeous, honestly. It's really nice with the rocks at the bottom and everything. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to throw that in because I think it's pretty. Apologies, it's a very narrow road, so everything is kind of loud. But yeah, prettiness and waterfall and parts of the village of Cong. So that is that. Okay, we came out to Killary Fjord, which is one of the, well, it's either the only fjord in Ireland or one of three, depending on what your definition of fjord is. It's also sometimes described as a fjord, which is a bit different. I'm not really 100% on the distinction between the two, but yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. So that's where that goes, and that is out to the Atlantic. I'll zoom as much as I can, but yeah, that's pretty freaking spectacular. So that is the fjord, and we're going to Kylemore Abbey now, which should be nice for a history nerd like myself. We're in the middle of the Gaeltacht, so this is Irish-speaking country, which is incredible, and it's just mountains. I got some shots, but like those mountains over there, they're just everywhere, like across the way there. That's the scenery all around, and we drove through them, and it was just kind of breathtaking. Like, you don't really associate Ireland with mountains for the most part, but yeah, saw some today. I mean, obviously they're not the highest mountains in the world, but they are mountains, and they're gorgeous, and they're green because Ireland, and grass, and many, many sheep. So that is a thing. But yeah, once again, Killary Fjord. Okay, I've arrived at the Kylemore Abbey. Not at the Abbey itself, but I am at the Victorian walled garden, the entrance to which is over there. I took a little minibus up from the Abbey itself, but this place has a really cool history. There was an English couple back in the mid-1800s, late 1800s, somewhere in there, but they came to Connemara and they really fell in love with this part of the country and decided to save up money and come back. They were living in England, so they did that, and he bought this land because he inherited a bunch of money from his father, and yeah, that is pretty much it. But they, with the money they'd inherited, they went on a tour to Cairo, and the wife wound up dying on the trip, and so he came back, and he had bought the land, but he hadn't built anything on it yet, and so he built this massive house for her, and it was, after he died in 1910, it was overtaken by nuns, and it became an abbey. But yeah, so that's a thing. And there's a motorific guy. Sorry for the noise. But yeah, this, just from here it looks pretty. Oh wow, that is gorgeous. I don't know how much walking I'm gonna do through this. We have 2 hours at the stop, but honestly, it's pretty warm out today. And if you know anything about type 1 diabetes, warm weather and sunlight tends to make your sugars go low quite a bit, and you sort of feel like butt. So, yeah, I am not feeling the absolute best I've ever felt. I'm doing okay right now, but I'm sure that if I walk through the whole thing in the sunlight, it's not going to be a good thing. But yeah, it's just beautifully maintained, and I've actually been wanting to see this since I came to Galway, so this is kind of nice. This is really the last major tour stop on the tour. It's about 2 hours back to Galway from here, and he said there's going to be one stop along the way, probably for toilet break or drinks or whatever. But God, just look at how beautiful that is. I do apologize, it's hard for me to see anything. The sun is so bright that it's basically just reflecting off the screen of my phone. I mean, I can see that it's recording vaguely, but not much else. And yeah, it's just really beautiful. There's a greenhouse over there that I'm not going to walk to. But yeah, and then the mountains toward the back. So it is gorgeous. This part of the garden is referred to as the Fern Walk for obvious reasons. There is a stream down there, I'm assuming. I'm not sure if you can see it. I really can't, but I can hear it. And then it's just greenery, most of which is fern, because apparently Victorians were obsessed with collecting ferns, which I guess if that's how you want to spend your time, there are worse ways to do it. The guy on the little tractor thing is kind of annoying, but oh, there's a nice little resting spot. This is actually really beautiful, so I might just chill out here for a little bit. But yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. I'm really glad I came out. Had to pay a bit of an extra fee to get in, but my tour guide offered it to me for €10, and normally it's 15, so I figured, you know what, why not? I mean, we're here for 2 hours anyway, and there wasn't all that much else to do, so I'll do this and kill at least half an hour, and then maybe go buy a water at the little shop or whatever. And there's a guy on me that I don't know what he is, but he's kind of cute. Hello, bug. Yeah, he's okay. Not hurting anything. I hope he's not going to bite me. Oh, there he goes. Hey, no biting. Be nice. Alright. But that is that. Okay, still at Kylemore Abbey. Here some more of the beautiful mountains with the body of water. I'm not sure exactly what body of water this is, but directly behind me there is the Abbey itself. And I came down a path for the Gothic church, which I believe is this building in the front. I'm not positive, but yeah, he built the church and the mausoleum for his wife when he made this. So I might see if I can't go inside and look around a little bit. I think you can go in the first, or like the bottom level of it and look around. So I might do that. But yes, that is Kylemore Abbey, or at least what I can see of it, so hooray. Okay, here is Kylemore Abbey from the outside. I did go on the tour of the inside, and it was kind of disappointing. I mean, I wasn't expecting ruins. I knew it had been renovated, and it's not that old. It's like maybe a century or so. But, yeah, it just sort of had a lot of multimedia stuff going on and videos playing and a lot of, like, artifacts. And then they did a recreation of a formal dining room and formal living rooms and all that, which is cool, but I don't really care about that type of history, which is probably terrible for me to say as a historian, but I'm just not that interested in, like, the Victorian time period and early 1900s opulence, so it was kind of lost on me, but the grounds are just absolutely breathtaking. Like, look at this. That is actually a loch or a lake. There was a lady giving information to a tour group when I stepped out of the Abbey itself, and she named the loch, but I can't remember to save my soul, so, but yeah, that's Kylemore Abbey, and it's gorgeous. I highly recommend you come see it, for the outside, if nothing else, because it's gorgeous. So, yeah, do that if you come to Connemara. So I am sitting on a bench with this being my view, and it's pretty nice place to wait. I've got about 15 minutes before my bus leaves, and it's just right up that little road there, so I'll go do that. But I got a bottle of water in the little cafe over there, but the smallest one they had was 750 milliliters, and at first I thought it was a bottle of wine, but that was the only bottle of water they really had. They had like a really tiny one as well, but I was like, no. So I got that, and that was the thing. And now I am to go home pretty soon. But yeah, I'm glad that I came on this tour, and I just thought it was kind of amusing that I can just sit on a bench here, and I can't describe to you how gorgeous it is to see these from afar. I mean, I can see them fairly decently. I mean, some of the colors run together and I can't make out like the top of the mountain or anything like that, but I can see enough to know that it's really beautiful. So I feel quite privileged to be able to sit here and look at this. And then over there is the water and the other mountains and the 12 Bends, I believe they're called. But yeah, so I'm going to shut this off now because the ban.